You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your girl Yoziva and Knowledge Lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Cafe de Paris. This is my co-ed channel for men and women, and I also have my women's only channel, Mocha's Ladies Lounge, specifically for the ladies. So if y'all want to hang out over there, if you feel more comfortable in a space with nothing but women, you are welcome to subscribe there, or you can subscribe here where you could also mingle with the guys as well. So nevertheless, both of my channels give positive energy, so you're welcome to subscribe if you haven't already. Big up to all of my subscribers who have been rocking with me from day one, and those who have recently subscribed, I welcome you to the family. So anyway, y'all, I wanted to get into this because YouTube is definitely cleaning house. And it's been continuous, it seems like, these past few months. The content creators that are highly favored in the black YouTube sector, whether if that content creator is a black woman or a black male, any content creator that causes a lot of controversy because they do content that's targeted against a specific group of people, they tend to get the highest percentage of viewers, the highest percentage of subscribers, the highest percentage, most importantly, in revenue, in cash apps, in super chat. So the more views, the more subscribers, the better chances of getting a bigger amount of supplement income revenue for your content. So a lot of these individuals, we have Cynthia G, we have Tommy Sotomayor, we have Fresh and Fit. It's a lot of them that I can't name off the muscle, but I specifically chose these three because they're the most well known, and they are the most controversial. Now, whether you love them, you like them, you hate them, whatever the case may be, that is your choice. I'm not up here, I'm not doing content and tell you who to follow, who not to follow, who to support, who not to support. But my whole overall purpose of doing this content today is that what a lot of content creators are not understanding is that the gig is up. The gig is up. Now, while everybody is trying to clout off of Cynthia's name, notice I didn't put her name nowhere in my title, or I didn't hashtag her because I'm not trying to clout chase off of her name, nor Tommy Sotomayor, now Fresh and Fit. Nobody's name has been hashtagged. As much as people want to discredit a lot of these content creators that have the tendency to keep the foot on their necks of the opposite gender or certain individuals, the truth about it is a lot of other content creators who act like they don't like these individuals, they are also clouting off of them. If you're talking about Cynthia G, you're clouting off of her. It's as simple as that. If you're talking about Tommy Sotomayor, you're clouting off of him. If you're talking about Fresh and Fit, you are clouting. And the truth is, the black YouTube community has become the clout community. Nobody can do content without mentioning some of these individuals' names, which shows that you don't have a lot of confidence in your space. Anytime you have to keep addressing these specific type of people. Now, this is not to say that we should not bring awareness to our subscribers who favor us. It's only right that, if you are a black female content creator, anytime you have black women hating content creators, you're going to talk about them on your channel to make your female subscribers aware that the content you teach is legitimate, due to the fact that there are black men out here that are trashing black women. Same thing. As a black male content creator, sometimes, it is necessary to do content about Cynthia G if they feel that's the need, if it's necessary to make a point to their male audience who already have an agenda or have animosity towards her, to make them aware of anything, any news or anything that's pertaining to her and her current life. So nevertheless, people do it all the time. Even Cynthia G has done it. A lot of female content creators have addressed and called out a lot of other male content creators who got demonetized and who lost their channel. So everybody does it, so I'm not with the hypocrisy about this is why black men don't need to speak on certain black female content creators, or certain black female content creators don't need to speak on black men, or those that are anti-black women. Because the truth is, everybody does it. Everybody does it, and that's part of how, you earn your views. You earn your subscriber by talking about and addressing the most controversial yet popular content creators. And that's just, listen, this comes with the business. When you become successful and your channel grows, and your channel is growing due to the fact you are attacking or addressing or consistently critiquing the same group of people, the majority of the time realize you too then become a target. And this is the reason why I want to do this content, because it's not doing the content to bring awareness that Cynthia G got demonetized, or Tommy Sotomayor who completely got banned from YouTube, and Fresh and Fit who haven't gotten banned but have lost their partnership with YouTube. This just goes to show you that no one, this is the point I want everybody to understand, none of you red pill brothers, or you divestors, or you know what I mean, you tag team duo who love to get together and be anti-black women, whatever your purpose, your significance on the YouTube channel, anybody is up for grabs at this point. Anybody is up for grabs. YouTube is cleaning house. And I was one of the female content creators. I've been addressing this. Any of my followers who've been rocking with me for a long time, they can tell you in the comment section that I've been talking about the gender war was going to eventually come to the end, that eventually it was going to play itself out. And I think we have arrived to that point. Now, I will say this. A lot of these content creators still have time to fight for their right. So it's not a complete dead end road. I know Cynthia G still has time to contest and still sustain her channel. So we can't count her out completely. Same thing with Fresh and Fit. We thought after those racist statements and everything that they had done, with Myron wearing a Ku Klux Klan, mask over his head, you would have thought that would have warranted for a termination. It didn't happen. They just no longer are in partnership with YouTube, which is a big deal because that is how they was making their bread. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like being fired from the job, but you're still allowed to work there voluntarily. That's basically. And Tommy Sotomayor has so much drama and controversy, they banned him altogether. Tommy Sotomayor kept trying to bring his channel back to life. Every time he put up a channel, they would pull a plug till he said, you know what, F it, I think he does Rumble now. A lot of them are going to Rumble or they are going to Patreon, which is, I'm not knocking Rumble and I'm not knocking Patreon, but let's face it, a lot of people, the same people who followed you doing your YouTube career, in which they had an option to not have to pay a fee to view your content. We are living in some times now in which people money is funny. A lot of us are in the struggle. I know I am. So a lot of people are not going, unless they are diehard loyal fans or diehard loyal subscribers. A lot of them are not going to take the time to go subscribe or sign up and do an account, go through all of the procedures of following your new channel. You know, I can't speak for everybody, unless, like I said, you have to be a really, really dedicated fan to still follow your content creator, no matter how many times they channel gets shut down or terminated. They do a new channel, you just follow them to their new channel. A lot of people don't have the patience or the time or the energy to follow you to your new channel. And they sure don't want to go somewhere where they got to pay. Now, YouTube is one of those platforms that's made it very, very convenient for us content creators. Because why? Your subscribers don't have to pay to see you unless you give them that option, or unless you make that a requirement. But for the most part, a lot of people want to view us for free. Let's keep it a buck. Everybody's not trying to spend their money. Everybody's not trying to take the time out to go follow you all the way to Patreon, where they got to sign up, put in their username, put in their password, all of that. Follow you to Rumble, where you have to agree to a certain amount, getting taken out your account off your debit card every month in order to view. You know, our content creators, they get spoiled to seeing us openly and freely. And let's just face it, YouTube is one of the most content friendly. It's very what's the word? I want to make sure I said the right word. But it's very media friendly. It's just easier for people to view you on YouTube. YouTube is already an app on your phone. Long as people get a notification, they can watch you anytime, anywhere through YouTube without having to pay. Patreon and all these other channels, it's a different story. Some of them require you to pay monthly to view your favorite content creator. Some of them require you to sign up with a card. You got to put in your card information. A lot of people just not feeling going through all of the shenanigans of doing that. So basically, YouTube has spoiled people, all right? You can just log on, check out your favorite content creator. If you want to become a member, you can, but you're not obligated. But at least you know you can watch your favorite content creator for free. This is the issue. A lot of followers, and like I said, unless they are very loyal, they're not going to take the extra initiative to do that. Some of them just look at it like, okay, it was fun while it lasted. I guess I have to hear about them through other content creators talking about them or whatever. YouTube just has always been more convenient, but the only other thing is that YouTube has way more restrictions other than Rumble. Rumble doesn't have a lot of restrictions. It's filter free, which is the good thing about it. And Patreon is filter free. You can say whatever you want to say, but let's face it, everybody's not checking for Patreon. Everybody's not checking for Rumble. I remember when I tried to sign up for Rumble, I just to kind of have an idea to see what it would require. I ain't felt like going through all of that. I ain't felt like putting my debit card information and all of that. I can't do it, because honestly, sometimes even $3 a month, I can't always assure that I can do that. That's why when I do have members of my channel who do pay me, I definitely consider it a blessing, because I get it. Some people just can't pay every month. I don't care if it is $2 or $3. People just can't do it every single month. My favorite content creators, I still subscribe to them, but I could not stay in membership because my finances just wasn't where I needed it to be. So it's understandable. But this is what I want a lot of people to understand. While everybody's getting their jollies off of all of the content creators that have become demonetized, I'm guilty of it because I really felt like some of these content creators really needed to go. You know, so I'm not going to sit up here and act like I have not done it. I haven't had my moments of rejoice. But this is where all content creators such as myself have to be careful now. If YouTube is now coming after the top dogs, don't think they ain't got a problem with exterminating, you know, the small content creators, all the ones that's at 20, 30, 40,000, whatever. You have these content creators who have over 100,000 subscribers, 200,000 subscribers, whatever. If they are coming after them, and think about it, these are content creators who make them a lot of money, which shows that YouTube don't care about how much money your channel is bringing in. It comes a point to where if YouTube starts getting too many people complaining about the content that your channel is promoting, listen, there's strength in numbers. If it's too many individuals flagging your channel, reporting your channel, those numbers are going to outweigh the likes of your followers, the likes of your subscriber, and the members who are actually sending revenue to your channel. When too many people start coming up against you, at some point in time, now you put your channel on radar to where YouTube has to say, you know what, we have to look into this. We have to find out what's going on. And once they have gone through a couple of videos and realize that you are posting content that is way too extreme, then that's when YouTube has to make a decision. So what a lot of content creators got to understand is, if you are operating your channel in a manner in which you are pissing off a certain group of people, because that's all you talk about, that's all your content is day in and day out, realize that you are not too far from becoming demonetized and terminated yourself. So while everybody has their moment to gloat and rejoice about all of these infamous content creators are getting terminated or getting banned, in the worst case meaning you can't never call them back, or in fresh and fit case, okay, we didn't terminate you, but you can keep doing what you do, but you're just not going to make any more money. We're not going to let you your followers be able to super chat you anymore, and we're going to cut you off from our partnership. So what's going on is this. A lot of content creators are going to have to start watching their back. Yes, you red pill raging brothers, you divested sisters, any of y'all that's promoting any type of hate which you might consider truth. What you consider truth is actually toxic. Sorry about that. I had a call. So as I was stating, the problem is what we consider as truth in a lot of instances is really toxicness. It's a lot of toxicity that's being spread throughout the black YouTube sector. And the irony in how you have a lot of these content creators who will go in on other content creators. Like you can't be having a problem about a black woman who's constantly going in on black men when you yourself as a black male content creator, you go in on black women all the time. It's the hypocrisy for me, and vice versa. You can't be mad when black men go in on black women and you go in on black men all the time on your channel. And I find it funny how a lot of subscribers, y'all have not caught on to that. You can sit up here and listen to a man, your favorite male content creator, bash and trash black women all day. But then you want to get in your feelings and get upset when he's giving content about the black women who bash black men, but you're listening to a black male content creator who bashes black women. It's a lot of hypocrisy in the black YouTube community sector. And the thing about it is, everybody wants to be the one that has top tier knowledge. You know, everybody wants to be the only one to have all the knowledge in the world. And my thing is this, you know, and I know I probably have lost a lot of brownie points because I listen to a little bit of everybody. I don't just support or listen to, well, I don't really support people like I used to. I listen more than support. I would listen to the divestors. I would listen to the red pill. I would listen to a little bit of everybody because that is my way of being aware of understanding the hypocrisy that's going on in the black YouTube sector. Now, you will call people who other people would consider that as, you know, you're not being true to yourself. If you're listening to somebody over here who preaches one thing and speaks on one thing, but then you're listening to this. No, my thing is I listen to a little bit of everyone. That way I can gravitate and gather my own knowledge based on what I'm learning from a little bit of everyone. If you are listening to the same person every day who speaks on the same bullshit day in and day out, you're only going to get the same knowledge that you've always gotten from that one person. For instance, if I listen to a black woman talk shit on black men day in and day out on her content, I'm not going to learn anything else but that from her. How to not respect black men, how to not support black men, how to belittle black men. Same thing. If I listen to a black man shit on black women all day, he's not speaking on other topics. Or if he does speak on other topics, he's not as passionate about the other topics as he is with the black women. What am I going to learn from him? Well, how am I going to benefit as a black woman? And this is the funny thing. You have a lot of these dudes, they don't want us listening to the Cynthia G's. They don't want us listening to the divestors. But at the same time, you're not making me feel comfortable enough to listen to your content because you constantly belittle me as a black woman, even though I may not do all of the things that you claim black women do. But as a black woman, how long am I going to keep sitting in your chat room, listen to your content and listen to you belittle women who look like me, who resemble me, even though I may not be that woman? Guess what? Your red pill or tech dogs, they're not going to care about that. The moment they see me come in your chat, or the moment they see me come on your panel, they're going to attack me and they're going to have a problem with you bringing me on your panel because you have done content that has had so much disdain towards black women. And see, that's the thing. When you start that train rolling, you got to keep it rolling. I've seen a couple of red pill brothers who would try to turn and go the other way and would try to, you know, balance their channel and say, you know what, bros, we can't just keep going in on black women. Some of us as black men, we need to keep ourselves in check. The red pill attack dogs, they get upset when their favorite male content creator who they have learned to worship because they bash black women all the time, now they seeing their favorite male content creator have a change of heart, saying, you know what, I'm going to still do my content about black women, but at the same time, I want you brothers, y'all got to get yourself together too. Now he's feeling some type of way. And that's the thing. When you start your content off a certain way, and now that you have grown and you want to do things differently, you have the anti-black men who aren't going to follow you anymore because they feel like you simping. They feeling like you're trying to change your narrative. So keep in mind that whenever you start your content a certain way, you got to keep it that way. No different than a black woman. If she decides, okay, as black women, we have to also work on ourselves. We can't just tell black men to better themselves, we got to work on ourselves. Of course, is the Bitter Sisterhood Committee going to feel some type of way? Who are you to tell us that we need to work on ourselves when all this time we've been following you, because you never told us we had to work on ourselves. You told us that black men got to work on themselves. Now you want to change the narrative. See, that's why I don't start that, because once you start that, people look for it all the time. And it's not about being phony or being fake. Sometimes as you grow and you mature, you just have a different outlook on life. Same thing with Malcolm X. As long as he was anti-white people, anti-Jews, he had all of the Muslims supporting him, backing him, Muhammad, everybody, valued him as long as he kept his narratives the same as he started it. When he started getting a new outlook on life and he started learning things was not exactly the way he was taught it was from the Muslims or whatever, they all got together and basically exterminated him. You become a threat. Listen, as a content creator, a lot of y'all don't understand. For one, you already become a threat when you target a certain group of individuals. If the majority of your content is you bashing and trashing and attacking a certain group of people, realize it's a very fine line once you start doing that. Because the first thing is, the people that you are attacking are, as you say, telling the truth, speaking your truth. Those same group of individuals can come together and form an army to shut down your whole camp. It's strength in numbers. You piss enough of people off and they all come together, there's strength in numbers. They start flagging and mess out your channel. They start having flagging parties. You make yourself become a target. Not only that, if you keep speaking and preaching on the same narratives on your channel, let's say now you're getting older, you're starting to look at things different. Your hate for black women in your 20s is not as strong as it is now that you're in your 40s. Do you not understand? A lot of your male followers, they have not grown up. So now that you want to change the narrative just a little, all of a sudden you got these dudes unsubscribing from you. And this is the other problem, is that you become stagnant because you become more concerned with pleasing your audience than you growing as an individual. You have become the leader of the pack. You don't want to let the pack down. So now you got to keep preaching and speaking and beating on the same topics about how black women ain't shit all day in and day out. If you want to keep your cash apps, if you want to keep your support, you want to keep your views going, you have to keep addressing that same group of individuals, or else you're going to lose your male followers who worship you because of not who you are. They don't respect you as a person. They only like the fact that you attack black women. It has nothing to do with you keep it real. They like you for who you are. Because let me tell you something. If that's the case, don't do content a whole month on not talking about black women and see if you still got that same support. If it's really all about you and it's all about people respect you for your knowledge, people respect you for your wisdom, then guess what? If you decide to switch gears and talk about something else, wouldn't them same supporters still support you? Wouldn't them same supporters still rock with you? Wouldn't those same supporters still cash out and still donate to you? No matter how you switch the gears, if they are your real loyal supporters, they will support you. Now, how you know they won't support you? If you go on month and don't even talk about black women, you start seeing them numbers drop. You start seeing them cash apps low. You start noticing the super chats ain't coming like they used to, because it's not about you. They don't respect you. They only respect the negativity that you promote. And until you get to a place on your channel in which you can switch it up and talk about different stuff and still keep your same level of support, then I really can't say you are really gifted. Because the person that's gifted in sharing wisdom and knowledge will still be able to uphold and maintain the same level of audience support, regardless of what different topics they decide to discuss, other than the same hating and anti-black women topics that got you your recognition from the first place. No different than being a female content creator. There's nothing wrong with not only telling black women about what type of black men to avoid, but at the same time, we also have to be cautious of also making sure that we make sure that these women are also taking accountability. We can sit up here all day and say men ain't this, they ain't that, men ain't shit, men ain't, you know, they are low value calibers, whatever. But until we also reinforce the women that in order for you not to attract these type of bums, what is it in your spirit? What is it about you where you keep attracting these type of guys? What is it about you where you have these multiple baby daddies, but you've never been married to any of them? You've never been in a relationship, you know, versus you need to go get you a white man. Okay, well, if her mindset has not changed, what good is it from her going from Barry to Brad? She's going to become a headache to Brad the same way if she feels every man she met is the one is the problem, not her. So we got to be careful with how we put the message out there, because the truth of the matter, the black community as a whole is very toxic. That goes for black men and black women. We are the most toxic individuals on this planet. And that is the only reason why we support and go in these spaces that are going to support our delusions. There's no way probable that all black women ain't shit and all black men ain't shit. Basically, you know, truth be told is, a lot of us ain't shit in our own way. Even I ain't shit in my own way. You know, depending on, you know, what I have not healed from, what things I still allow to affect me. And the thing is, as a black community as a whole, it's a lot of hurt people, and hurt people hurt people. Your favorite content creator, he's not going on there bashing black women for nothing. Something has happened. He has had mama issues. He's been rejected. All of the girls back in the day wasn't checking for him like that. Now that he's a grown man, and now listen, and grown women too have been rejected by little black boys in the past or whatever, are still facing rejection. Same thing. A lot of people are using their platform as a manipulative tactic to get back at everybody who ever doubted them. The people who rejected them, who said, as a black woman, you ain't gonna be shit. Now that you got all these other black women following you, this is your moment to get back and preach and teach the other black women how black men ain't shit, because you never got past all the black men who rejected you or didn't accept you, and vice versa. No different with the male content creators. Now that you got a platform, this is your time to get back at all the black women who rejected you or let you down, and it could have been your own mama who didn't want you, who gave you up for adoption. The black community as a whole has learned to use social media as a outlet to promote toxic content, because that's exactly what it is. Anytime you can sit up here day in and day out and negatively speak on the same group of people, when there's other races who also have the same problem. You mean to tell me it's only black men who are corrupt, who are foul, who are low down? We don't have no brass who are corrupt and foul and low down. We don't have any Asian dudes that are foul. We don't. So all these kings, these white kings, they are prized no matter what because of the color of their skin. You have that much disdain towards black men that any white king could get a pass on disrespecting you. And we've seen it day in and day out how a lot of these sisters, they white men are leaving them. You know, I think I think Kelsey with Taylor Swift, Tamar Braxton, white fiance, whatever, left her. So these white kings are not a prize. Not all of them. No more than not all black men are a prize either. It just all depends on what kind of woman you are, and the energy you attract will determine and dictate what type of man you bring into your life. Whether if he's a white king or a black king. Same thing with a lot of these brothers. You know, they want to highlight and give all of these Asian women. I mean, for instance, when Jeezy met Jeannie Mai, these brothers was all over it. They was all over it, putting Jeannie Mai on a pedestal. When for one, a lot of them didn't even know Jeannie Mai before Jeannie Mai even got with Jeezy. And they was already putting her on a pedestal and giving her a standing ovation in worship Sunday service. All because Jeezy married somebody outside of a black woman, because it proves their narratives that black women ain't shit. Even men of high prestige like Jeezy knows that, which is why he chose outside his black race, only to see even Jeezy done found out the other side of the grass ain't that green. And then when it flipped, and that's when the sisters started capitalizing off of it, because they wanted to use that narrative. See, he thought going to the other side he had a prize, and he done found out he really had nothing. So it's like anytime black men and black women fail at something, that is when the content creator uses it and capitalize off of it. As soon as a black man fails with his white woman, here comes the Bitter Sisterhood Committee doing content about this black man who has not successfully done well with his white woman, when it's just that relationships don't goddamn work out. Why are we making it a big deal? Because it's a black man who so happened marriage relationship didn't work out with the white woman. Here comes the Bitter Sisterhood Committee. Everybody's doing content. You know why? Because it proves to their narratives that black women are not less valuable than these white women who they put on the pedestal, these Asian women who they put on the pedestal, because as they can see, you got your snow bunny, but at the end of the day, there's no guarantee she's going to be no more dedicated than the black woman you bash or you knock and you complain about. Same thing, male content creators do it. When a black woman, when her white husband leaves her or her white husband finesses her, here he is doing content. Another one bites the dust. Guess who mad? Another sister loses her white king. I don't see other races doing it. You know, I don't see white content creators that are talking about how their white kings got left by they black black women. I don't hear white female content creators saying, "Oh yeah, he thought the black woman he was with was a prize, and now he found out white was always right. That's why he should have never left us white women." I don't hear the white men doing it either. I don't hear white male content creators saying, "Oh, okay, this black man left our white queen and now he's struggling and she should have never even dated outside her race. She should have stuck with her own kind." It's always us. It's always us promoting failure. It's always us encouraging failure. And it's always us that are seeking for one another to fail. This is a common issue in the black community. But nevertheless, I'm digressing. A lot of these content creators have gotten their jollies off by disrespecting a certain group of people only to put another group of people and set them as top tier. When the actuality is, people are people. People have issues. People have struggles that they have to work on. Jeannie Mai has struggles like every other black woman that y'all been bitching and complaining about. Jeannie Mai was bitching and complaining, putting all young Jeezy's business out there. Something y'all say black women, we can't keep our mouth closed. When Jeannie Mai couldn't keep her mouth closed, you know why? Because at the end of the day, a woman is a woman. Got nothing to do with because she's Asian, she's more submissive, she's white, she's going to be more humble. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the woman's, how she was raised, the type of family she was structured under, the type of mother she had in her life that taught her the value of marriage. It has everything to do with her upbringing. I don't know why all these red pill brothers are going around here preaching and making the young generation of men come up and think that they stand a better chance of having a successful relationship if they don't deal with black women. And that's far from the truth. There are many there are many black men and black women who have healthy, wholesome marriages, who've been together for 20 plus years or more. There have been black women who have stood by their husbands when they were broke and did not have anything. So before you go giving all these outside women, these women of non-color, all of this credit and admiration, all you give respect to where it's due, because plenty of y'all mamas done stood by y'all daddies. Y'all done seen y'all daddies disrespect y'all mama, home y'all mama, cheat y'all mama, but yet y'all want to still put white women on the pedestal. And that's not cool. And no different than a lot of these female content creators. A lot of female content creators who promote so much animosity towards black men, who promote so much hate, a lot of that is a personal issue. But the problem is the personal issue is being promoted and is being accepted as normal to have these type of anger and ill will towards black men, when the actuality is that's not every black man. That's just the black men we keep choosing. You pick you up a bum, you pick you up a clown, you're gonna get a clown. You know, you whatever you pick up. You pick up a white guy, that's a clown, that's a user, that's a manipulator. He's going to do you in just like the black men that you complain about. It's a lot of misinformation being dispersed off of personal grudges, off of personal negative experiences. And the truth about it is, you know, misery likes company. People only want to listen or hang out or be in the company of people who share the same pain, who share the same hate, who share the same, you know, animosity. People rather be around their own kind. And that is why we can't grow. Me, I'm always looking to grow. That's why you're not going to always catch me being in the same space all the time. Yes, I'm going to listen to the divestors from time to time. I'm going to listen to the red pill. I'm trying to understand why so many black men and black women have such grudge and animosity towards each other. But it's the same talking points. It's the same talking points when at the end of the day, there's really no difference. There's not that much of a difference between black men and white men, as y'all think. Men are goddamn men. It has nothing to do with the skin tone. It has a lot to do with how that man was raised. Was he raised and taught how to respect women? Did he have a loving mother in his life that taught him the value of a woman? Did he have a father in his life who catered to his mother, who valued his mother, who loved his mother? Did he have an example as a man and a woman to show him what real love is? That's really what it boils down to. Everybody wants to keep focusing on color. And I'm sure some differences to a certain degree, some cultural differences, but it has a lot to do with the upbringing. Jeannie Mai was raised in a household in which the woman was very dominant. That's why she thought she could be dominant with Jeezy. So it has nothing to do with a woman's color. You got to get down to the root of understanding that woman's psychology, how she was raised, what is her definition of submissiveness? What does she understand a man's purpose in his leadership role? See, all of this is stuff that black content creators need to be promoting. Y'all not promoting this enough. Y'all are just sitting up here saying black women ain't submissive enough. Black women, this is the problem. Well, why can't two content creators who share two totally different outlooks, black men and black women, come together on a panel and share their differences respectfully? That way everybody could learn from the both of y'all. I'm not trying to be funny, but a lot of you men, you can't learn from a man by himself all day long on how women are. No man, I don't care how intelligent, how wise, how many degrees, no man 100% knows everything about a woman. You know why? Because he's not a woman. And you'll be surprised, these main male content creators, they learning knowledge from other women. who be telling the truth, but they're not going to do that because they don't want to give a woman credit, one, and two, it comes off as simping if they were to say, well, I have spoken with other women who share a different perspective. As a man, you don't know everything about a woman. I don't care, because you ain't been with every woman on this whole planet to know how all women think, how all women behave, how all black women act. You ain't been with every black woman to have to come up with your own conclusion as to how black women, how all of us are. You haven't been with all of us, bruh. For you to be sitting up here promoting the other men that black women ain't this, black women ain't that, how would you know that? Have you ever had another black woman come on your panel and give you another give you another intake or perspective on why black women, I'm talking about sensible black women, not no ratchet one who wants to come on the panel and argue and just make their points more valid. You're a man. You don't know everything about a woman. You only know a lot about a woman based on the women you've been with and probably what you learned from the manosphere viewpoints that you done remixed and merged and blended into your content to try to make it seem like you've been speaking on that all the time when it's just adopted manosphere viewpoints. Same thing with all these female content creators. They have not been with every black man to come up with the conclusion that all black men ain't shit. You ain't been with every black man to make that type of general statement. Now, the black men you've been with and you choose, yes, they were some ain't shit dudes, which is why you can relate to a lot of the sisters who support you, cash app, and subscribe to your channel. Y'all can relate because y'all all been dealing with the same type of ain't shit dudes. Now, I will say this. A lot of content creators, both men and women, do be dropping a lot of gems. There's a lot I have learned from some of the manosphere and the red pill. There's a lot I have learned from the divestors. But I've learned I have enough discretion to know what information to take in and what information to take out. And the reason why a lot of y'all are so angry and got so much animosity towards a certain group of people, because when you keep listening to the same content creators day in and day out, they have already started programming your mentality. They programmed your way of thinking. So the moment somebody says the opposite, you ready to go ham. You ready to go off. The moment somebody tries to say black women, all black women are not like that, you ready to attack, because you have mentally become so consumed in listening to male content creators who have no respect for black women, who just shit on black women all day. You have programmed your thoughts and your training to the narratives that person has preached to you. So the moment somebody tries to give you a different perspective, you are ready to not receive. You already blocking it out. You already are not receptive to it because your mind has become so programmed. This content creator has built you into his cult of having so much animosity towards black women. So now you can't receive the message you can't receive a different message from anybody else. And that's the same thing. I've had black women come to my channel and get upset because they have become so consumed with listening to divestors and black women who bash on black men all day, and because I don't do it, they get frustrated with me. They quick to say, well, what about these black men out here? When I'm telling them about how black women are, they want to tell me about what about how black men are. That comes from the fact that they have built that cult mentality from listening to their favorite content creator who has programmed their mindset into believing that these one group of people are not good for them, are not good as a whole. And this is what happens when you listening to the same content creators day in and day out. You start to form a mindset of cultivism. You slowly become programmed under their cult, to where no one else can give you a different perspective without you getting offended. No one else can share a difference in opinion without you getting offended. That's because you have come up under the cult of the gender war cult. How dare you say all black women ain't shit. Yes, all black women ain't shit. How I know is because my favorite content creator tells me so. Who are you to say that all black men ain't the same? Yes, all black men are the same because my favorite female content creator has told me so. So a lot of us, unfortunately, have become programmed because we are allowing regular human beings who still got their own struggles that they don't share on their platform, that they don't share on their content. We allow these individuals who got their own demons in their closet, who got their own struggles, to tell us how we should feel about the opposite sex, the opposite gender of color. And if we were to have our own mind, no, you simping, or you being a pick-me because you have your own mind enough to know you don't have to sit up here and agree with everybody's viewpoints about how a specific group of people are. So this is what happens when you become so emotionally invested into these content creators to the point they own your mind. They own your mindset as to how you perceive the opposite sex. Because no one can introduce you to a different perspective because you get offended. You know why? Because you want to stay stuck in feeling how you feeling. You want to stay stuck in the animosity you have towards black men. You want to stay stuck towards the animosity you have towards black women. Because like I told y'all before, what does hate do? Hate makes you feel safe. As long as you hate something, you feel safe and not having to respect it, and not having to value it, and not having to appreciate it. As long as I hate you, that gives me the pass to not respect you. That gives me the pass to not listen to you. That gives me the pass to constantly down you. That gives me the pass to not even acknowledge you. So, truth be told, a lot of these red pill, manosphere, and these divestor sisters, all of that, they're comfortable in their mindset. They love how they feel. They treasure their mindset on why they are against what they're against, and nobody's going to change their mind on that. You know why? Because they have become safe in their hate. Long as I hate you, I don't have to respect you. I can keep looking down on you, and I can keep bashing you. That's what it boils down to. But what is going on is YouTube now is slowly but surely cleaning house and dismantling these spaces that are promoting this toxicity content. And a lot of them, like I said, everybody's looking at everybody who's getting demonetized, banned, and all of that. But if you are doing what they do, keep in mind, you are not that far ahead. And if they was able to go and dig up an older video on Cynthia G and bring it to the attention of the YouTube committee, don't think they can't go back in your portfolio and see all of the things that you have said about black women. Anybody's up for grabs now. This is what everybody has to understand. While everybody's celebrating those who are getting terminated and demonetized and all of that, keep in mind, if you've been promoting this same toxicity, you're not too far around the corner from yourself. Because now that people seeing, oh, you know, people who preach this could get demonetized. Oh, people who go against a certain group of people, we get them terminated. Don't think these same group of people not going to get together and target your channel. Because listen, a lot of these people whose channels been terminated and demonetized, they're going to feel some type of way. Especially because the people they favored was attacking a group of people they are against. So, think about it. If you as a black man and you have been going against black women like Cynthia G was going against black men or whatever the case is, don't think that her group of people not going to come after you for the things you said and you have done. It go both ways because the way the black YouTube sector is dog eat dog. It's a crab in a barrel. So now that their favorite content creators are getting counseled in the YouTube sector, don't think that won't give them the extra motivation to come to your channel and see you talking about stuff or seeing you saying something whack. And they could also bring that to the attention of the YouTube upper management and say, okay, if you're going to terminate her for this, why you not terminating this brother for that? Especially you guys who've been talking about Cynthia G, especially you guys who already been bashing black women. Don't think that it's not a probability that they can't come for your channel either. They came for her. They definitely gonna come for y'all. So this is the point in time to start changing lanes. Start talking about other things. And all you sisters who's doing that same hate, because that's what they consider, what y'all consider truth, YouTube is considering it hate speech. A lot of you women that are carrying that same baton of hating black men, be very mindful, because now that a lot of these guys have seen a lot of successful content creators get terminated and shut down, that's going to get them the extra motivation they need to try to cancel your channel as well. So you got to be more careful. A lot of you content creators, be careful who you allow on your panel. Allowing people to come on your panel that that bring that red pill energy, because they panel got their channel got terminated. They'll try to come to your channel and use them same viewpoints, or the people who you let come to your channel as a panelist. Maybe they was a panelist once upon a time for a toxic manosphere or a toxic red pill. Now you letting them on your panel and they saying black bitches ain't shit, black women ain't shit. Keep in mind, you make yourself a target too, because as soon as one of these divestment or one of these bitter sisters do a drive-by and see you and hear you having people on your panel promoting that, they're going to report it, and you too can be shut down as well. So everybody got to watch their back now. That the gender war is no longer gender war. YouTube is considering it to be hate speech at this point. They're not allowing for anybody to promote abuse, promote aborting certain individuals. They're not letting that fly anymore. And I get it. A lot of us have created monsters. You know, it started with Google Hangout. Google Hangout, everybody was able to come on and say what they wanted to say however they want to say it, disrespect whoever. It started from there, and then it has truly just grown like a tumor now, you know. And YouTube is no longer playing that game with y'all. And the bad part is some of y'all been doing this so long, it's gonna be hard for you to break that habit. It's gonna be hard for you to not give content not talking about black women all the time. A lot of y'all gonna struggle not being able to do content and not being able to talk about black men if that's all you've always done on your channel the majority of the time. Not only that, if that's how you gained your followers, if that's how you gained your notoriety, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, you know, once you start that foundation and have to transition and do something totally different, just keep in mind, a lot of your subscribers aren't going to give you that same support. They supported you from the initial beginning because of the toxicity content that you was promoting. So now everybody's got to be careful now. Everybody got to be careful. Anybody's channel is up for grabs. All y'all doing is black female fuckery, black male bashing. You have to walk a fine line now. You have to really be careful, because a lot of these individuals, a lot of these, you know, things that you're promoting and talking about on your show is being called out, is being brought to the attention of YouTube. Now, this is not to say these individuals who have lost their channels, who have been demonetized, that they can't bounce back. From my understanding, Fresh and Fit is still doing pretty well on Rumble over there. You have I think Tommy Sotomayor's on Patreon. So a lot of content creators, even though we don't see them hardly if you're more of a YouTube watcher, a lot of them was still able to bounce back and still able to be successful. But Who wants to go through? It took you all of these years to build up almost 200,000 subscribers, only for you to turn around one morning and go log on and get ready to do your content, and they tell you your channel's been banned. Listen, it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of hard work getting your channel growing. It's a lot of hard work getting subscribers, getting members. I don't care if you have several backup channels. Like I told y'all, all these people are not going to keep subscribing to all these new channels every time you get terminated. They're not going to keep doing it, you know. They're not going to keep following you. If you got to leave this house, pack up and go to another house and leave this house. You have a few, you know, but it's just the fact of having to start all over. It really sucks. I mean, I think I'm like close to 5,000 subscribers. And to lose my channel right now and have to start all the way over, that would be very frustrating. Start off with 3-4 subscribers, because out of all 5,000 of my subscribers, I'm sure if I had to pick up and leave and go to do another channel, it's probably only going to be like 1,000 of them that's going to resubscribe. You know what I mean? A lot of people would have been more bigger, more successful if they wasn't causing so much controversy. Now, even Tommy Sotomayor said something interesting when he was, you know, on YouTube before they banned him. He said his channel would have grown way more significantly if he was not beefing with people. If he was not getting in a drama with people, his channel would have grown phenomenally. But because he kept constantly beefing, getting in controversy, getting in, you know, conflict with other content creators, and that's a big deal too. Beefing with other content creators. Once you start that, once you get that ball rolling, it's hard to stop it. It continues to keep growing. You both going back and forth. You know, they drag you on their channel. You dragging them on your channel. It can overpower. Conflict can overpower the success of your channel. You're so busy beefing with other content creators who are already probably low-key hating on you or mad that your channel is still successful, so they're trying to find a way to beef with you so they can sabotage it. You got to be careful, man. YouTube is cleaning house. They don't care about how many subscribers you got. They don't care how long you've been on YouTube. And guess what? YouTube done got to the point they don't mind losing money to get rid of certain channels. They don't mind getting rid of certain platforms to get rid of channels. It's not a loss. A lot of these content creators think they are a loss. Like, they're doing YouTube a favor. No, YouTube is doing you a favor. YouTube is not playing that, y'all. Everybody better take heed. All y'all red pill, divestors, female fuckery promoters, whatever negative content you're doing towards a certain group of people, they are going to start considering that hate speech. Now that they targeting the biggest content creators, a lot of you are not too far from it. So tread lightly while you're up here laughing and giggling at everybody else who done got banned or demonetized or whatever. You better tread lightly on your own channel, because they watching you too. And because not only are YouTube is you know monitoring the things that are being promoted on these channels, a lot of these subscribers who done lost their favorite content creators over some hate speech don't think they ain't gonna start flocking over to your channel, seeing you doing the same similar thing, so they can get your channel terminated and banned as well. So y'all, what do y'all think about this? Do y'all think YouTube, is this just a coincidence that certain people's channels are being terminated or banned? Or do you think YouTube is literally cleaning house, that they're actually, you know, going to these channels, seeing what's being reported to them, and shutting these people down? Do y'all think it's going to be more content creators that are also not too far from getting banned or terminated or demonetized? I'm interested in hearing your perspective on it. But in the meantime, y'all, be careful. Don't lose your whole empire over you know, toxic content. YouTube is cleaning the house, and they watching everybody now. Be careful how you come at women. Be careful how you come at men. Be careful how you come at the alphabet community. Just be mindful because they are stripping people of their channels. So make sure y'all hit that like button before you leave. And until another time, y'all be blessed. Have a good weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye.